Canadian court rules Trudeau's unreasonable crackdown on trucker convoy violated federal law.
Yep.
It's not just the US that's getting the good moments.
If only they would have reached that decision when he enacted it.
Yeah. But hey, at least when you have when the emergency powers available, sure, but at least people follow up sometimes to check if they were used justly. That's the minimum that you should do when the emergency powers are in play. And in this case, they did, and they found, I think, correctly that he overreached his responsibilities.
Yeah. See, one of the biggest issues I have with is that court systems in both the United States, Canada, and the UK only react to legislation or actions. They don't preempt things before they go into effect. For example, when Biden did the rent freeze back when the pandemic was going on, right? And then when the Supreme Court shut it down, it was like, no, that's unconstitutional. You can't do that. And then he redid it and stated openly. It was like, oh yeah, they're probably going to strike this down, but it'll buy us another 2 months.
Yeah, that's all they need. They just need temporary power. But again, it does show you that they don't have unlimited power, and sometimes the most they can do is temporary tyranny.
Yeah.
So let's have a good little read of
the big thing is. So I was saying is like the courts, the court system in the United States needs to be a little bit more proactive in striking down obviously unconstitutional actions instead of waiting damn near 3 to 4 years to resolve it.
Yeah. There's obviously the argument that they've got to be very careful to make sure they reach the right decision. Some of these cases are kind of obvious though, but maybe there should be more repercussions on if they do find that it wasn't allowed, especially if they do it twice. If they do it twice, then repercussions can start to happen, maybe impeachment or something at that point. But that's the process that's not for the court to decide, I guess. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But it should be reputational damage, but the thing is, there's so many other bad things to focus on that Biden doesn't have a reputation. He doesn't need one. Let's read a bit of this article. A Canadian court ruled Tuesday that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's use of a controversial federal law in early 2022 to target truckers protesting their industry's COVID vaccine mandate was unreasonable and illegal. The use of the Emergencies Act, quote, does not bear the hallmarks of reasonableness, justification, transparency, and intelligibility. Federal Court Justice Richard Mosley wrote, quote, I conclude that there was no national emergency justifying the invocation of the Emergencies Act, and the decision to do so was therefore unreasonable and ultra vires, or something. As the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation explained, ultra vires, I'm not sure I'm saying it right, is a term courts use to refer to actions beyond the scope of the law, so illegal. The Canada stuff, well, peaceful, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, they were annoying for sure for the people there. They weren't violent. Some of what they were doing probably was illegal, but they weren't violent. And the crackdown was horrendous, especially freezing bank accounts. Like, there is absolutely no reason to consider them terrorists. That was obscene. So yeah, hopefully Justin Trudeau's days are numbered. Often the response has been the women vote for him because he looks pretty. I'm not sure if that's true. Like, I'm sure it was true for his first term, but I'm not sure. I would not be surprised if Canada had some vote rigging as well. Even vote rigging is even possible with paper ballots. It's harder, but it's possible. So I wouldn't be surprised.
See, the issue is that the French exist in Canada.
That is a problem. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So the issue is that Canada may just actually vote for him, but it's the French side that's pushing it.
Maybe, yeah.